Despite being a world-famous and widely loved show, The Ellen Show is in the news for slightly different reasons this time. Many current and former employees have shown their concerns over the toxic work environment and misconduct from the top producers of the show. Although this allegation does not directly involve Ellen herself, it's contrasting to her "Be Kind" motto. So what exactly are these allegations, and how Ellen is dealing with the whole situation? Let's find out. But before we dive into today's video, like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell icon to always get the latest news and updates in the celebrity universe. All this drama started in spring 2020 when BuzzFeed News published an article stating different allegations from the current and former employees of Ellen DeGeneres' popular daytime show. Many complained about the racism, bullying, and an overall toxic work environment on the show. Others said that they got fired for simply taking a medical leave. These employees claimed that they were instructed not to speak to Ellen on this matter. A former African-American employee said she faced racist comments and microaggressions during her time on the show and was even scolded for raising her voice about the concerns. Another former staff member revealed that there was no proper system of filing complaints, and one even said Warner Brothers does not take these allegations seriously because it is a huge success. Executive producer and head writer Kevin Lemon was accused of making inappropriate sexual comments about junior employees. Lemon denied the allegations and said, "I started at The Ellen Show as a PA more than 17 years ago and have devoted my career to work my way to the position I now hold. While my job as head writer is to come up with jokes, and during that process, we can occasionally push the envelope, I'm horrified that some of my attempts at humor may have offended." He further added, "I have always aimed to treat everyone on the staff with kindness, inclusivity, and respect. In my whole time on the show, to my knowledge, I've never had a single HR or interpersonal complaint made about me, and I am devastated beyond belief that this kind of malicious and misleading article could be published." The situation got worse when a crew member alleged that producers neglected them during the pandemic, and that they were told nothing about the working hours, pay, and producers did not even bother to ask about their mental and physical health for over a month. The members were further informed about major pay reductions, and the media house hired a non-union company to assist DeGeneres tape the show from her home. Warner Brothers spokesperson tried to clear out the air and said, "Our executive producers and telepictures are committed to taking care of our staff and crew and have made decisions first and foremost with them in mind." There is even news about the favoritism on the sets. Many employees feel like there is discrimination between the staff members, and some of them enjoy the benefits of being liked by the producers, so they don't bother about the toxic environment. Others who raise their voice usually do not get their contracts renewed. A former member said those who are more likable, willing to work more than 10 hours a day, and don't complain about the workload or the atmosphere get new iPhones and gift cards that the show gets from the sponsors. Ellen herself was accused of misconduct multiple times, and a former member claimed that every day DeGeneres picks someone different to really hate. Another even alleged that DeGeneres tried to get her fired for wearing chipped nail polish while serving her food. All this criticism depicts a contrast to the public image of the show and Ellen herself. The comedian has often seen preaching the words, "Be kind to one another," and described her show as a place of happiness. But many employees seem to disagree. One former employee said, "That be kind stuff only happens when the cameras are on, it's all for the show." In response to these allegations, Warner Media said it took the situation very seriously and launched an investigation. Dozens of current and former employees were interviewed about the environment of the show. These investigations found out that these allegations were somehow true, as indicated by this statement from the media house. Though not all of the allegations were corroborated, we are disappointed that the primary findings of the investigation indicated some deficiencies related to the show's day-to-day management. We have identified several staffing changes, along with appropriate measures to address the issues that have been raised, and are taking the first steps to implement them. Warner Brothers and Ellen DeGeneres are all committed to ensuring a workplace based on respect and inclusion. We are confident this course of action will lead us to the right way forward for the show, where many people are blaming Ellen and her staff for the situation. Many celebrities, including her wife, Portia de Rossi, fellow comedian Kevin Hart, Katy Perry, Scooter Braun, and Alec Baldwin, came forward to support Ellen in the current situation. Apart from famous stars, some staff members also defended the show's work culture by saying it's normal in TV production. But many former colleagues who had experience in the industry and with The Ellen Show disagreed and said the show stood apart as negative. Although Ellen was not directly involved and it was mostly the producers and other managers, a former staff member said Ellen DeGeneres should take more responsibility because after all, it's her show and her brand is basically focused on doing good for others. At first, Ellen remained silent and did not respond to the situation. After the investigations were finalized, she wrote an email to the staff to ensure that all the necessary steps would be taken to correct the issue. Ellen said, "On day one of our show, I told everyone in our first meeting that the Ellen DeGeneres show would be a place of happiness. No one would ever raise their voice, and everyone would be treated with respect. Obviously, something changed, and I am disappointed to learn that this has not been the case. And for that, I am sorry. Anyone who knows me knows it's the opposite of what I believe and what I hoped for our show." However, she somehow managed to shift the burden off of her shoulders by saying, "People who work with me and for me are speaking on my behalf and misrepresenting who I am, and that has to stop." The comedian said in her note to the staff, "My name is on the show and everything we do, and I take responsibility for that." Alongside Warner Brothers, we immediately began an internal investigation and we are taking steps together to correct the issues. She added, "It's been way too long, but we're finally having conversations about fairness and justice. We all have to be more mindful about the way our words and actions affect others, and I'm glad that the issues at our show were brought to my attention. I want everyone at home to love our show, and I want everyone who makes it to love working on it," DeGeneres said. "Again, I'm so sorry to anyone who didn't have that experience. Let's hope this apology really works and the makers of the show put in serious efforts to improve the work environment for the staff members." What do you guys think about the situation? Was Ellen really responsible for the situation, or it was only the producers who made things unbearable? Let us know in the comment section and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos.